Well, signs President Obama is feeling more generous this new year. Late December, the president commuted sentences of 8 inmates. The crimes they were convicted of were nonviolent crack cocaine offenses. They were sentenced under harsh mandatory minimum laws. Some of them faced life behind bars, but all of them served at least 15 years of their sentences. In a rare show of mercy, President Obama said, quote, "Commuting the sentences of these 8 Americans is an important step toward restoring fundamental ideals of justice and fairness, but it must not be the last." Advocates for reform hope it's just the beginning and say the shortened sentences barely make a dent in fixing an unjust system that resulted from the so-called war on drugs. In fact, there are an estimated 8,000 people currently doing time that would be free if sentenced under current laws. In August, Attorney General Eric Holder acknowledged that the system is flawed and needs to change.
We must face the reality that, as it stands, our system is in too many ways broken. The course that we are on is far from sustainable, and it is our time, and it is our duty to identify those areas that we can improve in order to better advance the cause of justice for all Americans.
The reality he's referring to is that jails and prisons across the country are jam-packed with nonviolent drug offenders, like this one that I recently visited in Chicago. Critics of policies enacted in the war on drugs say they do little to deter drug use, result in profound racial disparities in arrest rates, and ruin the livelihood and future for inmates and their families, while taxpayers foot the bill for an unsustainable system.
It's a deep psychological and economic impact on a broad number of people. It's not just the person who goes to prison that's affected. And as a country, I mean, we are paying for so many people to be on welfare that used to be supported by the person who's now in prison. So there's this sort of ripple effect that costs us not only to incarcerate the person, but then to take care of the family that's left behind.
Well, clemency for drug offenses is rare, but perhaps the president's commutations during the holiday season hint at a new chapter for the war on drugs in 2014. In Washington, Liz Wall, RT.